mbara khula semusia nende omuna makesine khone na yendalo ino aho yete khulo lelesha kumwe ko 2023 kwa fanele kuriena nende busiro bwabele omwami kimlem eso mulamu ebungoma endai aha
mala kwa simbere
ori muno papa
yosinde mande manga ho ore malubu
oja kukofula malubu kuso walumile oja kukofula abone oja kukofula malubu kuso walumile kenya kana abana bamekhibo koliwe khale hona buli chuma la basa
no wadiri nibo ambo ninjayo ato saba machi konga nesibi haya paka amanyo hodo abana bandi
kenya kana abana bameyo bali khucha wakuka mana nono ne bamayo wacha wakuka mala balumasalubu kusa abo utachimbula
now woro mhana imwe omanyire nyanga chosi abana bamanyango lumidwa ngina amanyire ngina weni bahwera bateve zawe haba babolambo lumidwa maono lulina abona lo anatawa haba
aya
asante
nasi mele lukali khonyola buyangu lo malomende Mumbo FM ese khumanyile baregerese babili bataru bakhumanyile ne khali khubera bakeni ekhurakene nde khuyimanyisya khubole listener
ese bari Steven Odevero atula busia samia malwango lusamia awundi badanga batiganjala lakini ekati holeranga Masinde Moro University of Science and Technology SSA ndi professor wa educational planning mani andasomera Busia Youth Galame High School nindulao ninja Machakos Tala Boys High School Njahijaton Njaho Maseno Funyejaton Mandasetla Kakamega ni horange kasi lakini nyasena bola ati nduleo njabundu wandi either in high authority or in the same capacity abambule shida usiosi nyasaya yabore kirasa mane mbola mbo asante mno kunanga yangaimo mutimba imbangafu imangafu mulusame kubolanga mwe emba hachangala
malakala ngina changala
echo changala
ore muno mwana
otyo
mayu kame bokoli omukhana mundu si ewo musamya mundu si mayu mukhana mundu si
mayu wange
omukhayo nomani omukhayo
wange bamulanga mbwe Irene Odevero lakini wabwe ni Bokoli abo ndi badanga mbwe mu family cha Juma Manyonge ngina my mother-in-law bamulanga mbwe Elika Juma Manyonge. My brothers-in-law nabangi udobera my father-in-law bamulanga mbwe Juma Manyonge and he was polygamous. Mandi ndinde very many sisters-in-law and brothers-in-law including Patrick Manyonge, Daktari Mheshimiwa and many others. Our Pius Manyonge and so forth and so on. By example, through this vegetation, the entire family of the Manyonges, Vahesa, Bolambwe, I respect you so much. You gave me a lovely wife, cooking for me and my children. That's Angala Muno.
Ore muno papa. Umusamya mundu sibasamya bali mu the clans.
Basamya bali mu the clans. Kurine nde basamya langa mbo bahehe ulimo nende bahulo, ulimo nende abakangala, nende bangi abandi. Ese ndi mukangala. Mukangala is the second most populous clan. Ya niyo clan eiri nende abandu bangi abalonda hubahulo. Bahulo niyo bangi muno mu basamya. Abalonda nende abakangala nani niyo clan yange.
No, nenyo bakangala ife kunende bakangala mkhana nenyo babukusi no basame kwenyana we need to make up our minds. Ewe wo musame na bombukusi kira kune bakangala nano abukemba nani. Wabe na mali bebo.
I like that. Sima nyanga mwesi mwende bakangala. Maniko manyire migration and settlement. Luya subtribe chose Chatula Western Congo in the Congo forest. Barani becha nebacha mpaka Tanzania, babitra Uganda, niwengira mu Kenya. Mala abandi bengira Bungoma, abandi becha Donga Uganda, abandi becha Samia. Nayo namna hiyo. So handolingale Bible, all these tribes Chatula za Adam and Eve. There is a very big difference hapa. Nani mburambe baroba kangala bari Bungoma. Abo kulisa mkilani ndala.
Horiyo mwami nasimile.
Otyo.
Chimba hachimba ngafu starts right now. Ndinende busangafu kakosimu se horohore. 2023 kwa afanile kurie. Hueho bunganangani choo. Ibindu byekile byanani manye disruption ne kwabone lukali yabereho kuma kwa economy. Siasa ya Chile smooth lakini economically si barashaba ho nende bindu binani abisumbu abikaka ho hwenya hunani bamenye besi barasa Kenya. Hola ho busa ho pa ho sa darubini 2023 ho ama January paka sai kwa bere kure.
2023 mbano kubwa ni kwa vere nende challenges chako lakini kozi abandu babona mbo kwa vere mulai in some parts lakini kama area kwa vere nende bindu bya tunanikeho manyambwe 2023 ni mwaka ku serikali ya mheshimiwa William Samuel Ruto PGH president wewe ya bukulire uongozi wae kwa nende election mwaka kwa weroko July August ni kwa habwa swearing ngira amala bukula control ya serikali maninga ingira serikali yo chaka January mpaka saa kino hapo nambwe kwa vero honde challenge windi ya sumbue kidogo lakini pia kwa vero honde timu nyingi kwa wabona mwawende challenges tongo wende challenge yani windi ya tunanike lakini vile vile kwa vero honde windu kunyo hapo nambu ya vere sawa sawa every economy nga dobode tusumbueho the economy sumbuwe kulovera esende chikenya generator enyingi chicha ori pamadeni karoma deni kwa habu kuda as a country no manyire government sanga in perpetuity yani perpetuity mani sambwe ikubudao gap ya bawa hawa serikali ya vitaira serikali ino ni serikali nature so chichanga the smooth transition they exist in perpetuity there's continuity so abola mbonani ke ndino unonga yabukula ipinga mbukule serikali nanda halipa hapa pakwendele olipa nalo byekesa mbwe no collect them pako ndina ni kidonga kwa ni wenye lati resera hosina lakini there has some very interesting newspaper nyanga ino there is a report that has just come up Evolambwe Kenya nyivere the fastest growing economy in the whole of Africa. It's a case of economy for at 7.2% to 7.5%. It is above the average growth of economy with the whole of African continent, and that's some very good news. Lakini at the same time, as the economy has been growing, kwa vero honde matatizo. Matatizo nika vereka aka economy ongone kwa vero honde disasters chindi chosi ekisumbuwe bandu. Koti kwa wene floods, yani fula kuire nyingi evite kiasi. Nomanyi fula ni kuire, obita esikero si hoire ikwe, onaduhira mbwe kubana machi mangi, kengira mu nyanja chichula chita bandu. Kisumu awene haberende floods. Arid and semi-arid areas kama Lodwa, Turkana, areas Chapokot haberende floods chitre bandu. Echocho sinini disruptions cha vero. Enjala chitre yadira ho bandu kabisa. Bandu badira because food crops or prices cha food crops kama amavere, obure, amadimu chaba hakulu. Mani yari tahishida ho bandu badira nataka urekebishe, serikali rekebisha hii mambo ya unga, chakula and so forth. No ringala the same year kuberende a lot of fighting resulting from cattle rustling. Areas of Pokot, for example, the Yaika waziri Kindiki yacha omwene yabo nambo must stop. Hindi byoku yana video kwibirana ngombe mpaka byakami. Nano no duhira mbo vinge yote hola avala ba school ba hayo cha mkulu. Waringare mbo December khunde schools chindi babo langa mbo kata matevo zikaba yebo hola yo haba. Ulovera abantu akuyana, ulovera amachi kechule fly kwire muno elinino enjala haire bandu and so forth. So echo cha very major disruptions na hanoringala evintu vya climate change biruo vya holre msialo siosi wawene president wefwe president Ruto president wa muhera sana ana mani mangi yeruhane achahengira haringala vintu vya climate change achaho Asia achaho China achaho America and so forth. Ohalaba ndesi arosino. Naringala vintu vya climate change. Yani climate change ne obadilisha evintu hali ya anga. Oduhira mbwe fulani ya kuirenge marahaviri humwaka nani kwa lala omba umao. Chireri asichindo duhira mbwe fulani umao. Fulani umao kudovera kwa henge. Misala kwa mala. Kusamba makaa. Fulani umao kudovera wandu bachani bakula areas tihoire chive water catchment areas ibajenga enyumba bachako limao. Instead yore hao msala kihule mani create fula efula uma kulovera kunde industries nga mumia sugar industries nga izoya industries nga mtokati hukure kino milori omanyire mwafrika kutacha kori ngala hombwe mitokati huirusa matrakta kahuirusa malori kahuirusa karikatie katuse musi mungi kose. Omanyire in developed countries nga Germany where I have stayed for some time no kure mtoka after periodically onacha paka ba teste babonye mbwe exhaust yao itusa fumes chaka chitie itusomusi kuaka kutie paka ive fit to run me niva fit to run onyola certificate no sticker hu windiskidishe kesa mbwe haso nyasa hali ya anga lakini funa afumundi hapa kula mtoka kataza hore service yerusasa obono mosi kutulo mungi pupu yerusasa abavitaha bale hero mosi yerusasa nano mosi kwa mtoka mosi kya industries and so forth kirunya asasi kulanga mbo ozone layer ne amaresi kariakulu akaretange fula onaduhira mbwe maresi yako nikanyasiha nende protection sehemu 8 protectanga nende riuva onaduhira mbwe nano eriuva li twicha ho directly ni risambe sialo yama lo sambe sialo ni food crops vinige vimea ya vikutaki hola sina before kulobe ubalicha ohiranga lihoyere liole sehemu yakulu hoyere ituhinge nende liubarra inyasi kulobe romusi mungi aho ni balanganga mbwe ozone layer iri depleted
na vingi vya climate change, yani mabadiliko ya hali ya anga ya havaho vyosi omwika kuno. Alafu political uncertainties, political disruptions, yani uncertainties nende mahangaiko kavandu katulana nende vindu vya siasa. Umanye siasa hobe kura mwika kwa were. Aya, kwali nende siyama siya ya serikali, siyama siya upinzani, ya Raila Odinga. Lakini duhirambwe ekura ngachabwa abahirwa batafukira mwe bahirwa haba. Nando abola mwe kuchema andamano mbwe sabu sikeba la bilaye haba. Ebindu byacha mu koti waduhira mbwe ekoti yabola mbwe ekura cheva la bilaye mani baberesa mheshimiwa Ruto nafasi yokongosa sialo sinyo nga president sialo sifa ya Kenya bamberesa nende ehande bambre hande mamlaka kosi mani yateresa serikali yeye. Lakini ndio serikali ili huongozi lakini abahirwe because concept of winner takes it all baduhira babola bati ifako tahirwa bilaye haba. Wacha mu court lakini court set holder justice haba mani hwavero ne uncertainties ekikera bandu bacha bakhola mandamano kulobera Raila Odinga langire mandamano, opposition langire mandamano mani olinga lamberia chindo duhirambwe abantu bahero fungula maduka kulobera manyire mbwe bafungula maduka abakhola mandamano becho hungira maduka ni bebe vindu mano duhira mundu amenyereza mudala ewiki namba becha babola mbwe mandamano kanawe changa olwe barasa ndilo kudatu baba duha ombo olwe barasa lo kudatu ndilo kutana baba duha ombo unacha afana bulinyanga mano duhira mbwe politics efwe siasa sefwe sihulire ndio sihulire asuri ngo haba 1992 asuri ngo haba 1963 asuri ngo haba 2002 asuri ngo haba 2007 lakini kusisi itoko neshida mbwe kutamba chuwa vilai kuchola level where no chire mukura o chire musiguri mani wabo landa hoba president mani weme kura bandu bobe kura bamuwa kata baho hire kura ndalomba chiviro bakidatu the majority ne baho hira ocho bukule microphone weme hutibe borere bandu esemba ombona nyemere kura mani bahirire ngabahirire nda supporta President Ruo ambaye ni President William Ruto ahole kasi arete maendeleo msialo sefwe. So sefwe ili akulu lakini to la level ya vandu bahirire ofukira mu kuhirire haba mani virete kwa disruptions yosi
wabone wahaluma ho kama khwake kisendi njo khula runganga kama kobi public debt ngorono lone figures khurunganga chilingi chinga every year
singen on the figures lakini yande unja very quickly yande unja very quickly on the internet ni malanjita
sikila ndo mendio obololi ndawuli langata bahangara balomanga bali kama kobi kama kali sana khula runganga kama kobi kama kali sana ezembu kandi chiseni nje khula runganga chilingi hepsa sisindo nisho sili si bofu sili kasi mala chilingi cha Kenya is a public wage bill whole alunari it stands at 1 trillion kumushahara niko khurunganga sene zili neno lilo lila mukulanga chisendi chingali chisibala cha Kenya lakini kama kobi niko khula runganga nje sakola karyota skali karyo
no adieri
no aba narrative ngene yi ele changererio sekirasi wamweno lomiro kano kama angafaita
na mangafu niko
narrative ngene ile changererio kwa buruki ne baloma ne bamenye besi bala Kenya ne bakira ne khubiyira busa uhuru nende Raila ambo wabona kakasibala sana ne khali nolela public wage bill niyo serikali ya Kenya kwanza ilikerunga chisendi khomeshahara chili 1.1 trillion awone ne khurunga chiloni chinose khola bwe nawo nono narrative ngene yi sinasikila nela yani balaro mikilanga wala advance nga narrative ye kubolambo Jubilee ya bembi sana hata kama tinyi niko kwanyole disruptions kwanyole 2023 kariyo sikila Jubilee ya ba nono nenyile so kololo shako sababu na clarity psa kidogo kuba rekerezi mbo wakana narrative ngene yi labe changa either for convenience na mwebuli mwongari
no ese hambone mbwe no adieri mbwe public wage bill yani sende ki serikali ya honyero lipe mishara ne sende nyingi lakini ku serikali endelea omba kusialo siendelea anga Kenya that is expected ngwe paka wage bill bakulu lobe raba hole kasi na bangi ne niba honye sialo hoendelea because a country grows because of human capital. Human capital, nye vandu wahole kasi, mu industries, mu serikali, mu vikuli, mu civil service, mu factories, nende mu parastatos ya serikali, na avon pakalipo tende serikali. Nano nadu hirambwe, serikali ngailipa ni kwa verenda digitation ya unions teachers KNUT baduhira wala etende chefe kinone ndidi mutongeze and because of constant pressure oduhira mbwe serikali ongeze sende niongeza until eventually wala bundu where the wage bill must go very high katno ringala salaries cha public servants da Kenya. I think we are not one of the lowest in Africa. Among the highest people, the highest paid in the continent. So I compare when in the other countries which are developing, especially in Africa here, could be above average. In Bonambo, we are the best haver, like in Bonanga, could be above average. And because of that pressure, and because of the number of people abandwa abahole kat na bangi, pakonadu hirambwe, wage bill ya serikali hoire vakulu, ne kunde sinso nanga mo devolution. When the national government, when the devolved government, the county. Now the devolved government, the county just in the Panyakal, in the Sirikali, in the ministers, in the PSS, in the directors, in the board of employment, in some instances, Nadu Hirambwe, in the duplication of roles. Hero roles, Holland in the national government, and Nadu Hirambwe the same role, Holland in the county government. Mani vikeve wage bill kwe asili yasa haburia kulu. I'm still trying on your land in Anyola the SN Chikulipa what we call the public debt. Public debt is yakulu. Let's face the reality. Let's face the reality. We public debt ya Kenya yakulu. Kenya in the past 15, 20, 30 years ya hahulamuno. In fact, no ringala report Inda somanga nyanga ino ye kesa mwe Kenya people who are living below the poverty line but reduce remuno around 2005 what reduced by 10% from around 50 to 40%. Nano ngala around 2015 to 2016 and who draw pere from 40% to around 30%. Then as I talk to you now abandi below the poverty line mu Kenya but less than 30% because as of 2015, 2016, quite around 33%. We know that the rate of dropping at 10, example must be talking about less than 20%. Mani hanjiche who question riao. Oboremwe, is it true mwe serikali ya Uhuru Kenyatta nende William Ruto eagwa nianya sesialo. Let the truth be said. Serikali ya Uhuru Kenyatta yabukulama deni mangi. That's the truth. Yabukulama deni mangi. Omanyire ama deni kesialo kahoire kabe controlled nende parliament.
Yeah.
Lakini wabunge befwe at that time badine ndio what we call sectarian interest.
wapo mungi yengira usala na president control ye kwa idere hasi ya wabunge mani serikali ya Uhuru Kenyatta ya kuna madeni akatari madini kubanda mangi bole ndio kulobera no compare madeni ake sialo sinoti ya Kenya ake sivala sinoti ya Kenya ka mheshimiwa the late president Mwai Kibaki yabukula. Mwai Kibaki was on the seat for 10 years. Ukula 2002, Nyecha 2007, Nyecha mpaka 2012. No compare them madeni ka Uhuru Kenyatta yecha ya asaba from 2012 mpaka 2022 oduhirambe kadabola madeni kanani ka Kibaki yahola sina ka Kibaki yabukula. But at the same time amadeni kanoku bukulanga because udaho honyero terese tialo terese barabara terese sivitali terese skuli terese ndege kefwe terese social amenities kefwe general lakini ando hirambo madeni kanonga kebukula corruption ingiramo mani sende ingiramo tialo lakini sichihole kasi sichihole haba. That is the time of Hirambo kwani kingine vidi vya Eurobond. Mani Eurobond yeche akota. Bana wona mbo Eurobond imeho nyuraitie. So amadeni kano Kenya nike kukula kuhero kumanye vika hold records pina. Aya, serikali ya William Ruto yesi ngiremo le ya hai yika mpaka yote kukule madeni. Lakini kukulanga madeni kano because no do Hirambo loan wabukula. No da hot rese loan Pako hole silko nanga mwe top up Teresa. The explanation that has been given by the current government is that they are taking fresh loans for the purpose of repaying the earlier loan so that they make the loan system cheaper. That is what has been explained by the government, and it makes a lot of sense. But if you find the loans that had been taken are now very expensive, you refinance the loans, you retake the loans and make the payment system cheaper for the government. So, instead of Bolambwe, Nobukule serikali, and this is the reality, Obukulange serikali, both assets and liability. If you take over as a principal, then Hirambo will take over assets and the liabilities. Saying the Bolambwe, serikali ya Uhuru Kenyatta obu adieri wene babu kula madeni hata hile siwango kupande kabukuli, lakini the way the money was used utende chindi ndio maendeleo karuo urgale barabara Nairobi, urgale barabara Kitui, yetelete barabara, yetelete mikuli, yetelete hospitali, lakini utende chindi sio chakota ondete chakota nyingi. In fact ocha mbunge wa Bolambwe, the amount of money utende kikota mu corruption nyingi muno. Echi hoire mbo niku Teresa kila chatu honya palasina chatu honya katodu kama tenia ne serikali foi Teresa ichakire ibona mbo paka ba Teresa niba ta Teresa lo nicho batiri cha baho cheaper to refinance the loans so that they are cheaper, then kunyalo ho abanga countries kunyalo hingira mu byalo bindi ebya hiroli pa madeni no manye no kula madeni kavene no hayoli pa terms and conditions of taking the loans take effect. You become a pariah state. So we must support the government. Paka kusupport serikali yefwe kwa kikishe mbema deni kano kelipa mungira hoire kelipe bila ovande shida huefwe na bila omekasha mbwe handi who default rate, because when you default a loan then it becomes more expensive to pay it. And so we must appreciate the government and support it in the manner in which it is financing the loan so that these loans are cheaper and again we don't default on the repayment of the loans.
Aya, no mahonende lundibusiro niwo khwenyoni le monga sibala sa Kenya, lakini factors chicharera disruption ngene chaba external wabola khabali liye khane lili wabola Russia barera lundi liye lili in the Middle East no kaloma hambo wabandu ne bapa nenje yewe nefefe khu nyola busiro
no adieri Watani taacha kutano disruptions ndashiro bunda afikisaji wa burembo
obudinyu bwene bukunyola obwa disruptions buno kuruonde obudinyu buretwa nende abandu yani man-made disruptions oburetwa nende ekwebene lakini handi kulino obudinyu bundi bwosi oburetwa nende sinisi lango natural calamity yani natural calamity kureta disruption beyond our control sula suwa ahola haba ni disruptions ichicha odagire o haire ni disruptions ichicha obudinyu buicha haso budaha lakini buicha sa etenzi kulanga mbwe natural calamities lakini noringala obudinyu bundi ama disruptions nyingi kiri cost kiretwa nende fobene ngabandu bamenya kusyalo kuno ngabandu bamenya kusibala wahabola mahuwa kengereha abandu bengereha nibahuyana nefo kunyola obudinyu nanu ngeye ya Ukraine nende Russia bahuyane sana bahuyane betane noringala abana bafuire abahasi batulukire enyumba kikwire lakini bendelea ngata Russia ibola ngwe paka kuchobu kule Ukraine kuli even next the part of Russia no umanyire mbwe mafuta mangi ka petrol katulebule ka Russia ivya kulia vingi vitula Russia vinige michele vino vitula Russia vitula Ukraine avonio bareta atembolea chiwe honyeranga aya nano duhirambe because of engiro okuyanange yoitio petrol yefwe imaronina inindra kulu nani saa kino petrol nda akulange saa kino kiri karibu shilingi 200 omba slightly over 200 shillings nano duhirambe vya kulia vindi vyosi because vitegemea petrol udeha o transport ande sina vyosi vichakulu nanu the single factor erete vindu vingi sana onyazi hamu bei ne eriri Ukraine and Russia lakini vivyo ngane sivi leta disruptions mbwe disruptions kino kirwe kiri man-made lakini kirwe chindi kiri natural unde calamities not ngala areas koti India's barine nde omuyako mungi sana kuba langa bwe storm abandu akulanga bwe hurricane oduhira mbwe kwicha ni kubuyula mabati kosi kukinga ni kuirera nani kubuyura mabati kukokere nyumba abandu bafuira mu nyumba and all that ekyo nani pelanga mbwe natural calamities no duhira mukenya muno mubere ni ndefule nyingi wabwenenge bandu babwene fly kuire nyingi ya elinino onyola obuhula kuteremu homungi efula ichuse machi mu myalo mididi kire change mididi kino nanu kichire mihongo drainage system yefo barabara hasinenda yehaba nandu hira machi kahire umukondo kwako kechere mpaka kabitire ku barabara akulu omundi yechande mutoka yona abona machi kechule abundi mwale kwechanga kechule du badala yehe abone mbakatangu na nomba funye indula abantu ambora wacha lipite abantu abukula esimu bachako huba video ombe picha aola mimi hapa nitaendesha gari atako wirisa mutuka na kingremandi na vita mumano ama kekule no myaka kukinga mutuka kana kubala kukoka mutuka abantu afuira mu nyanja afuira mu malo afuira mu mugulawo nani sende tebanga mbwe eho bono mugula kuriyawo okana mbwe amaki kintu kya raisi niko ndaho borera abantu abulira nyanga inomwe amaki sine kintu cyoba irahaba amaki kakingande emeli yakaitie emeli unyala sonyala ndane emeli nende mutoka kukingwanga nende emeli nyala kinga mutoka kata 400 kata 1000 emeli ndala kinga mutoka 400 ya 5 1000 mara moja utulengira hani reta lakini uduhira mbwe enyanja emyalo ikinge meli ni kingire mtoka elifundala nani wene nde mtoka kwa kata ni kuri 4 wheel drive kwa kuno kata ni riba wa chahu bugula wona mbukula kinya kwa huki uheshimiwa Kipchumba Murkomen
yecha Matinde Boro University mwika kuno ya vero last month enyanga ya graduation na bora bandu bwe no chayimukula kukuri nende mutoka kwao no king van no hayore hampaka maji kabwe kahendere muingira musambu iruta mutoka banakudira because temanga okwenika kudo wero cha bundu ala and you are not sure about mutoka kuna vitu abandu paka kubeho na makesi kubena makesi ni hande mutoka mbo dereva irutana muorira ku maji mukanye woro dereva ese sinda hanyingire mutoka kuno bongige na maji kabyano ese hanjihe afadali uyihe ukone atao embo ihuri nyanga ndala muchiri unabwao unachobona unanyola bana bao ni baruo niwezi banakubona nori lakini ubona mpaka anje lazima niende mkutano kaso no lahaba unafuira mwanadoko echo ni disruptions chihuola mbwe mpaka uholesila mpaka kuhakikisha mbo kuteresa alafu vindu vya climate change vindu vya climate change vidogo vikuleve serious kulobera special lakini sembola ebyalo viendelea ba America ba Italy Germany ba Russia ba Ukraine ba Spain ebyale vyoni nyasira climate muno nyasira change of air change of ozone layer of the makatefwe they are the rate at which developed countries are depleting the ozone layer is much faster than the rate at which the developing countries are depleting the ozone layer. Balani balinde industry nyingi, balani balinde mtoka nyingi, balani balinde meli nyingi, balani balinde factory nyingi, balani balinde fridge nyingi, balani balinde technologically harmful to the climate compared to developing countries. But created in the Yanya Asiano, the Bawana would catch living Yasera, but to Kusira Kitui, or one you are to select a developing country. I think there ought to be a law, an international law, that stops the international community from exporting any product, any machine, any vehicle, any factory that depletes the ozone layer, that emits a lot of fluorocarbon in the air to developing countries. In other words, a single city America, a single city Japan, simaro menyasi kofule, lo asina mbukule sindisyo, bubunano hau kusire Kenya, hau kusire Uganda, hau kusire Tanzania, kulera ni maskini nivo, ikiri nyasera. Akona makosa mahongo mno. The international law must take effect so that they are stopped from exporting things that come to become harmful to our climate. That must stop. The second thing I want to say about that is this. It is important that because why can they charge if we know they have created a Hague, the African president who have violated the international law, who have violated humanity, Babukulan Waira Hague, Moyoeo, who is a president of Rwanda, Napenairo. In West Africa, I've seen several presidents, Gabo and so forth, being taken to the Hague. Lakini, and the crimes against humanity that are even more serious. The issue of climate change is extremely serious. Luasina avandu banyasa avaleta mabadiliko ka climate yefwe kama developed countries. Why are they not being surcharged? Why are they just do what they want? Is it because they are rich? Is it because they are mighty?
No, manye koti yabwe. Koti yabwe no na no laba.
I mean, you cannot be preaching wine and you drink water. You preach water and you drink wine.
Yeah. nende kamarebo kabiri kataru niko nenyine khurebe lakini khakhulu khatiti abone olomile kholi money made lireba lila lilimbo kholi nende Kenyans babikha chisendi chabwe muchibengi chebibala byenje ne khwicha denyo kalaka shekhomo kunyala khwarumikhirangira sina khuba welesha confidence mbona babikha chisendi chabwe musibala sha Kenya chilaba kholele kasi malakasi nani kukhwenya kana khureo chikalu shabwena ne lireba lini no nenyo kalaka shekhomo elimbo adaptation khwa adapt le khurena nga Kenyans mu disruptions ngeneche mala oluma khosotu resilience ya Kenyans lukali Western Kenya sikira disruptions je musibala shot ne Western Kenya fanere kholamali labo na mala khwe khobare kerse bose ba khorebe kamareba ni khala khuja musibuluko atiti aruha chabo ndatira sawe na alusimu no simako
otio
orion
Embilo chingano chefwe Embilo silisiba kisehurera bamerambo chingana bakhukelekela lundinge bakhukambela khulondekhana nende limenya
yani ulabiranga khobusa bindu bikho obirakho busa kama khwanga niko khuloma kano kabirakho busa tu mwele saliwe kamanga yimwata kamanga yimwe lizinga libi sana kamanga yimwe kama khakora mutabu kakhore musilima kakhore bikiri kakhore bichopero iyo bajerani jerani bakali enge ibosine barola Ituba nende Kitui kwa Simiti alala nende bakofu befwe onyole mubwalai kama kali kukwama mminya kimikhale musimo chefwe kimiselo kimiluha nende kamekiso kali mubukambesi bungosi nende khukhuchuba mumminya
nayi wije tondo wako bola enombera
Embilo elibula lobwe khukhwambusya chinjibulo khumumbo FM tisalibo khomba khochibeli nende emyana chibeli khomba khotisa engo efwe Sabawele Kenda sabawele Nokonyo sabawele Nolie Kakamega Ebungoma Busia nende Vihiga Lekiresya Mumbo FM Khotisalibo khomba khochibili Mumbo FM Engo efwe
Simiti ne kamatubu oramno mure keso se bakidaga kama lekhumi ne kitaro khola kisachine kutabise nendo mukeni ne khwe khobwe yangno murebe kho kamarebo kabiri kataru mala khochewena khola khukilanga khotsalibo khomba khochibili myandala chibili khomba khotisa nende likhumi namnane khomba kho likhumi namnane kama khumi munane nende tisa khomba kho libo bwe Kakamega oramno ka khochila nende omken omam Fue khubihanga chisende mu chibengi chebibala byenje. Sikalekario. Chibengi chirupya ngene chinyana jarera bwa khanesina kabali khuchibikha musibala sha Kenya ne kabali khuchibikha musibala sha Kenya khurumekirangila sina babene chisende ngene iki sikira ijo chisende chawe banyona mungila yabwe se khuli nende bunyali nga bamenye bisibala sha Kenya tasikira umundu abikha chisende mbengi ne Kenya sikalekario. Ne khali kirupya chinicho babikha bibala byenje bisa bino chilisikelo syangaki bayinda besibala sha Kenya bakholanga bayiranga enje chisendi khurumekhangira sina baje barachisendi ngene chimusibala muno mala chayeta buindana besibala sha Kenya
ababe mheshimiwa Kitui otebere obwadiri wenu burumbwe baruo bangi abateresende genuinely banyahana sana mbepeti yawe mani batureke sende lakini sibenyo kihamu Kenya muno babiherwani lakini baro bandi ababihe sende rwanyu kudobera hasa kinyoda mbayo haba solution ni nini serikali ilekutende bandu o negotiate bandu wa sende rwanyu bamanye serikali limende intelligence yera bamanye bandu abihe sende rwanyu no manyire mbwe odebera yabihe sendera Rwanda no manyire mbwe bukiwa mheshimiwa Kitui yabihe sendera Switzerland no muchaho no domanda no bona mbwe manyire mbwe sendera haswa kinoda rete sende kino ibe mu Kenya muno kihonye ne kiri milioni 500 ifo kuna bukula milioni 100 chongo ne kwa here mnaini mano bene sende chao to nikiri bilioni 5 bako bora ngwele ta 1 billion 4 billion chihonye 1 billion orehere serikali bakinye sende esia sibona kino sibona nisitimbwe serikali bene dengire na eyo lo malu hesende dwanyi bonde investigation honyera NSIS honyera Interpol manyambwe vandu sina bana siasa sina bana biashara sina abigire sende dwanyi nyingi mani kuchiko bakonye kale nabo kuna bandu benabo mani kuelewa ne mwese ndecho penga serikali wenye kutie hatuweza kuchaka kitie so that tufende chiwa kuserwanyi iko chihonye bandu mukenya lakini kuburega sa nesende chirwanyi obendo bayo basi banatulanga sene wachabe kisera ni baria handi bakaluha bakona mukenya bachera ni baria na handi bakaluha mukenya paka kubende na mani yobo olambwe kumanyire mbwese kino wabiherwanyi lakini ndaho kula cyose haba kudaho za 1% 2% or 10% kubende ndelo ibolambwe ukugundo umuntu adesende rwanyi legislators address law iye kesa mbwe omanyi changa the wealth declaration after wealth declaration nikuduhira mbwe the wealth you have acquired asindi sonyola mungira ndai ha kunyela kwa basane nda law that simply says maybe 5% of what you have stolen or 10% or 20% or whatever that the parliament is going to enact will be forfeited to the state, but you are at liberty to use 20%. Nanu munabona 20% is going to be easy. Simbara mbandu wanakise lakini saa chino kubula ko sio kesa mbwe omuntu nakisire rwanyi esende kwa hola kutie kuyare tesende icho nanu bandu bakana mbwe ninde tesende icho serikali nabukula chose bananyula chose ne bamboya bani bandu haya bakise sende rwanyi eyo niyo solution indala ibord lakini ndahiro bola or about adaptation strategies. One of the adaptation strategies is serikali rwe honyera nimbara mwenenda imuno ne housing project. Abantu mbara bateza mbesikera ni support a housing project nsina. Ndacha ndamenya China omwaka kwa 2014. Ndamenya China for about 3 months. Ninduhira mbwe enyumba chawe bomba hanga karibu estate kandi ndeteva kabwe bati nabiri biti ndali deba ndambora mbwe kata nori nelo babyao serikali ya China ate kukira ko bukule sana ochomba enyumba abundu ochozo no wala bonano nyamba hana menyero serikali la hatu kukira mbukire sa bundu ochozo wendera no hotel nan bandera no hotel ndanyo ranga esende changa barine de procedures eko ha pro mundo hodatina uko bahenyumba bundu plan lakini ifo kira bundu amukule example ya Turkana is about 1/3 of the country's open space oduhiro munda kire yomba henyumba Turkana north ahayumba hadidi na aliyo nende engombe cha 1000 ndala embusi 200 makondi 500 oundi akire 500 kilometers akire Loima yomba hayo yumba akari haya wadata no ndamenye oundi akire Central yomba hayo akari haya ndi makondi 500 eyo ni distance of about 1000 kilometers 1000 miles yenya this distance 1000 miles engira iveo barabara iveo amakita veo police veo security veo amenities veo serikali ndio the process ewe ngochiro homba hatukana north musino mura ngowe unjiro bwene ho engira obwene ho skuli obwene ho polisi yosiyoti obwene ho chief obwene ho hospitali yosiyoti manolo alo nyenda bacha bakorera nani anomuntu kana makitinori nani newe kotene serikali unabomba hayari ngatyo abantu becha kwinjira turo bakunyula makondikao bakunyula ng'ombe chao oti serikali saidia serikali saidia serikali haisaidii nanu biyika serikali through the Professor Kindiki, the Minister of Internal Security, akinge ndege nanu kucho chakori ngala ngombe bandu bebere abebere mbusiwa nimbawe na bebere ngombe bago ina. The biggest problem we have is the settlement policy in this country. The settlement policy does not have any control of where Kenyans put up their houses, where Kenyans put up their institutions, where Kenyans put up their businesses. People simply say, because this is my land, regardless of where there is security and social amenities, people simply go and start constructing there. So they demand that the government must provide security, food, and social amenities. It is not possible. It's not possible because for a country that is growing like Kenya, the resources are scarce in their needed endpoint. And because of that, one of the adaptation strategy in the whole nyanga ino we paka hovene the policy enyala yabolera bandu bwe otachawomba habundi nyumba yomanyire bwe school kuma yomanyire bwe security kuma yomanyire bwe barabara kuma yomanyire bwe amenities ekinyala chakira wamenya bulai yumayo eyoni takira nanu serikali bozo bwe udaha hovene the national housing project Kakamega anonda wene wakukere nyumba badaho gengao 10,000 units. Nila gengao 10,000 units. Unadu yirambu about 100 families or 100,000 families kimenyirao. Ninani kimenyao nga very centralized nadu yirambu abandu bamenye badacha ko menya abundu ari ready food abundu ari na maduka abundu ari hospitali abundu ari security abundu na maji abunda alialai onyo development ina chake. So abantu wapinganga housing project ya serikali, we need to know that we need to get in the direction where we start living in communities where social amenities are. We shouldn't encourage people to simply put up home anywhere they want because this is my home, this is my land. If it is your land, it's fine. But the government does not want you to die. By the time we discover that you have put up your house in those remote areas, honestly, you'll have died, and you don't want to go to even one stone. That will be my argument. Other adaptation strategies, even yota kemisala. Da wene serikali recently bachakire a program yota kemisala kiera. There's a holiday. Serikali babo rabandu bukubende holiday yota kasemisala. Mau forests and other catchment areas abandu batacha bamenyaho haba abandu bari hawe misala kihule so that market kandi byenya mudadali aho pako take misala utabandeno baditaka misala no ndetaka ryo endo baditaka misala ukirisa ni mpaka utake misala. But most importantly amako wa budget esa kino babule card abandu amanya university lakini babule waboranga mbwe chaka biashara byenya mbwe bunge yosi chake ho oringala mbwe ambapo waka unemployment kwa hola hoti youth batula mu school youth batula mu university youth batula mu TVET colleges aver in the skill era kwa bakonya bakuye so that banyelwanyi letters ngo byose bindi budget. That is so much about dala etiandi kwa mundu balanga mbwe John Simon, and I will never stop quoting this book for people because it's a World Bank publication. It's a very nice book. Education Dilemma. Education Dilemma. John Simon argues like this. Where doing living the unemployment is the budget. No bukulesling idala, no tamuskuli. Bukulesling hindana otemu creation of job opportunities. No bukule silinge kumi nota mu university bukule silinge otemu job opportunity industries are affected. In other words, the budget go kule kwa ame school mu university mu technical training college court material sigalagala mpijana kisimu national polytechnic kwenye polytechnic and so forth ngo manyire so mwana ona after 2 years na tilamu na daheka so manyire otie mwezi kozo ko tumu mwana tulamu school na dahekas o manyire lakini no manyire mwana na tulamu school na dahekas lo asina so bola munano nga mutere mu school baro chaka factory da tula some school yala na nyuma factory hadana wewe mheshimiwa Kitui mkudo mwana aona akire mu school ichuri akire primary school anyelocha zoyao akire so ngomanye so mwana na tula mu school saa 10 engela na bamudu so tere tira mbana dia tina bwana konena nyola atyo bona mwechayi gino mwechayi nyamba no mwechayi no mambo no omuterese osmaliyo nani yoni bye nyombwe unje nukunde university yeta university zaidi ya sabini TVET colleges zaidi ya 100 high schools and other colleges through private and so forth kwe unje ho ngabana bano batina mukuru bino banengire na kwe unje ho mbone singikinga kigira mu school ni kinga kigira mu industries creation of job opportunities. It's a matter of the budget. Let us restrict the budget to saying a coin that goes into supporting somebody to go towards university to gain a skill is the same coin that will go towards creation of diverse job opportunities. But at the same time, every cool VFN in the universities chefwen in the colleges chefwen paka just terese avana bano bavende skills bave respectful bave hard working bave innovative so that never tulao banyela be honya bene kulowera we are also a growing country, and as a growing country you grow on skills that can help the country through innovation. Niba tahoberese kazi pako be innovative nino hoberese kazi pako yihole ese sinda hoberese kazi ni handi noda ogusomera sinda hoberese kazi ni saa 5 inza hoberese kazi nubona muyandika hembarua no andike bindu vyao paka babebo in the skills kibalanga mbwe 21st century skills that are required by the employer. So it is a give and take kind of argument. No, lolela Mumbo mwa Kenya, Western Kenya, population cha Western Kenya chilinende challenges mara mbili. Challenge bweni limbo skills che bandu ba Western chili mulusa kyalulala se chifunika bula iki sector cha economy chosta sikira nolola obusomi obandu befe basomi babalimu balimu badaktari balimu twabone ne gali nololela sikelo sie bamenyo ba Western Kenya bakhali nende skills sibanyana banyola kimilimo baba employed da nasho sikali khukhila bali nende busomi banyala banyola kimilimo nolola chikholo chichindi population inge lakini basoma bakali babukula position chinga le muserekali nonongorwa mwenyewe uli khomala umulu yawasoma ngorwa muikalanga yuko mulyango ubutekele buli Western bukila bandu ne bakanyala efone khukanyala khuba nende ba professor bakali for example badaktari bakali babemelela big institutions sinasikira na wakakhola ko kholela abwenawo ne nyino khoshe kholi kholieneli mupwimbeza like 1 minute eno tebela imuno omanyire serikali ni competition niyo serikali ni competition eskeranga bandu bangangana bakampena bahola sina bangangana nga khubira binyambwe bakule serikali bahonye bandu lakini ifona from Western kwamenya no kutange ikura no kubona mbo kupangi kubona mbwe kwepanga mungire tarinda yahaba nano duhira mbo ndikuta mukura muratugira mama no tuhira ndaka so saba abandu bari mu serikali bakuboranga mapaka behonye. What is politics?
Politics is being able to influence decisions in your favor. Politics is when you are a politician, you influence the political setup so that it favors you and your people. If when you have done party, ekiera mu serikali, omba mu institution, uhole uti, mpaka kuipanga bila uweleka wa siasa. Esembo namwe mheshimiwa Raila Odinga yeme kura kwa 1992 yare hera Kibaki. Ngare hera Kibaki yamo da Kibaki tosha. Yahira asi yahira. Ni echa yema 1997. Na bandu wa Western bamubire kura. Ebiye hola atiengira mu serikali. Aya, yecha 2002 andiyema olohunga olohubili andakwa handiyecha 2017 andiyema olohudatu andakwa handiyecha 2022 andiyema andakwa ngakuchanga atyo akuchanga ndekura cha bandu bange ba Western Province. Ewe mheshimiwa Kitui ndawo borambwe no ya good penalty taker yolange nyanga inde kilo bado mpira lakini enyange yo no tema ngo huyo mpira kata penalty ingisa kaba no coach mulai no bora unoni kadenge niyo huyiranga penalty yange lakini bako irelo nonde londaho bikingise to achenja habona mu mundu undi handiyesi ahuya ko penalty bado nyanga ino ono kwa no mulai esembo nambwe our penalty taker wa bandu ba Western iba langa Raila Amolo Odinga kwafa kwa manyamba kuyango mpira rwani kwa hachenje babona bwe wetangula yesa akuya kumpira lwasasa rehera wetangula ingaje oba yanga namba 10 lakini ubona mbwe penalty ndo kuyaho Raila yakuya muno na kuyange rwani wetangula yesa akuya ko nyamba na kubona kuti mheshimiwa Prime Cabinet Secretary Dr. William, Moses, but Musalia Mudavadi. Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi. Wewe yako penalty no. Ulowera Raila bana huire rwani. Ruto bende Raila bali alala. 1997 bali alala. Lakini vyola abundu ni Ruto abona ati Raila isende kusupport 1997 kusupport aho Raila ya haya abola ati siku support hapo nando support ngabona bajinga ndipo isende bambo support ngabano bawe Musalia Mudavadi bawe Moses Matuka utangula nabajinga ndipo yenya abantu ku support we soko funyi ngino mole mbwe keso ha support ko muntu hundi that is statesmanship dawo kula nafasi no bodera mheshimiwa Raila Odinga bwe penalty no iho haire okuyerwanyi muno hano kubesa nafasi ndio okuyera hando okuyaserwanyi no okuyerwanyi abantu bo le disadvantage na bahubirange kura
nono khobololi ubutekele buli Western wichasikila wanasiasa locally hulonda hu missed opportunities kuhwama for example nganolo mangaraila so khobolorio ne khali khulinende leaders political leaders Western anan baluya bali mu bweyangu bubofu sana lakini no cha muserikali sabaline kamani ta bana bali mu bweyangu bubofu niyo banyala bakola kimilimo bule mebwikira sikira balimu wahamenisha kwa Prime Cabinet Secretary wahamenisha kwa msala wa the Speaker National Assembly Musa Maska Wetangula
yes
balimu serikali no balaza Ruto Kashagwa no chaho speak na mwe Ruto Kashagwa no chaho Prime Cabinet Secretary wabone bali number 3 they are sharing that number 3 slot lakini no lolela kamani kabwe mu serikali makeka sana so yani sebalkonende ulanga leverage sebalkonende nisho bayililemo nyoba nyola yani ndeba khwese kemiando kicheneno ta sikira bona kumwaka kwa khawa Ruto ka kheneno kejanga sa khukena mala Ruto sa wa western ta engene emba khayenda lekin Ruto nende western
papa hujibe
no esenenyo bol bar geris nenyo bol bar geris ba mumbe femuri oriko
no ta ora ha khubole ko be ko I'm very close to this government. I'm very close to Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula is my friend. Batema muno. Batema kabisa. Baroba andu sakadawa kadaba batemere babahonyere bengire mu serikali lakini how is it chirisembwe Moses Wetangula hasini president hapa. Musalia Mudavadi hasini president hapa. President no wundi nie. So ultimate power ilinende President William Ruto. President William Ruto alinende favor sana ku bandu wa Western. Bawe bitu zinyangala bali yao. Bawe Ababu na Mwamba bali yao. Bawe Susan Nahumicha bali yao. Baruho bandu babahonya bali mukati. They may not have reached the level which we want, but I can tell you because I'm close to this government. Our two leaders, Dr. Musalia Mudavadi and Dr. Moses Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly, they are trying a lot. Every time we go to them, you can see the deliberate effort which they try to make sure that they help the people of Western Province.
Tawe, li rebalianga limboko, balimo habahol, ne khali, so wanaka matunda kama naita, wichabusa, wanaweza, chichi crumbs, leftovers. So kunyola zindu zila ita?
Ndio, batema lakini manyengo kulinende, wabolambo shares, Haswa hanyola bulisido haba. Paka president paka evere se first priority. The deputy president anyola second priority because ngale kura cheuba. Nano bona banyole the biggest thing ne kura hasvoba vile. Ewe olera Moses Wetangula nende Musalia Mudavadi. Obolembwe, let us galvanize ourselves as Western Province. Let us galvanize ourselves. Nukule kura kino chosi. Nukuchamusi kapo silala. Nukulanga Musalia Mudavadi. Nukulanga Moses Wetangula. Wala kura kino chosi. Kuba veresa. Nanu chola 2022. 2027. Kuba vere kura kino chosi. Muverese mheshimiwa Ruto. Mani Ruto avite kura. Mani shares chefo chivakura. Nikumanya mbuwabu ora kuti nanu. Manoko abavere. Kudaha nafasi chochichi. That is how it goes. There is no way you'll keep getting major plum positions in a government which you never voted for. It starts from the position of voting. I'm telling you the truth.
Aya, kukobale humba kanon. Nenya mwenye chisa chawele, mana nabone, kamare bakaliano kahilili, bandu bakusima, ngurwe bandu bakusima, obawe janga sita, ne wale kureba kamare bochimba hachimbangafu. Nenya kurebe ndindi. O mention the education dilemma. Mabone. Lakini kulinende educators dilemma. The paper done by Clayton Institute. In conclusion, Kabo Lambo, kwenye khana, we go backward, integrating backward to move forward. Nenyambukule kose line ngene. None fwe ngabame nyoba Western Kenya. Kabale hui khalasi, mulanga muli going back to the drawing board. Hui khalasi, hulomalo menga, hunyala huaba resilient. Wuzirobul heji, li menyali khabesa li lume. But how do we make it? Hui rebe, hurumeki langilazina. Sekila, political power, se la huyeta nganga huenyata. Nene hucha professionals nge nywe lundi mwezi mweza limited. Sikila hulinende professionals bakali. Nekali professionals bano baya kama za huba employed. They are not employers. No, if we Western, we are going to be the biggest source of kimilimo. We are exporting yani khaku sasha bandu bacha khola kimilimo. mulubu kusokulanga ko lina siobi khwa kwa slaves khuchichanga khukholela sabandu bandi kimilimo nonyola engineers babukusu namwe baluya nibo balemelelanga chikambuni chebayindi abone nonyola babalimu basomya bisomero bikhali mu Western mnota neno wicha khunyola the number of professors from Western are very few compared to the population. Now if we khwaye basana siobi khwaye basa slaves namwe no khurumela integrating backward to move forward khola kuriye. That is the last question. Then
the first thing that we must look at political power. Unity here. We must start by looking at where did the rain start beating at. Doringala wamalo kijana ndio wawe masinde muliro. Those who are leaders, sons of Western Kenya, who managed to galvanize the entire Western Kenya and were ready to vote as a bloc. Going forward, Ola Wundu ni kuba disintegrated. Kuba the parties singing and parties are supposed to remain. There's no problem with that. Lakini kunyala kwamba nyaho kutie, there is some important, there is something important in voting as a bloc. Our leaders, Moses Masika Wetangula, Musalia Mudavadi, Ababu Namwamba, Susan Nahumika, and others, I call upon you to bring Western region into one basket of political power. Let us look backwards and see that which started dividing us. Bring the professionals together, and I chair the Western professionals. Dr. Mukisa Kitui is with me on the Western professionals. Let us think about how do the professionals come together? How do the farmers come together? How do the politicians stop dividing us and come together and make Western region begin thinking as one, so that when it comes to politics, we don't joke. Let me tell you, the people in Central never joke with a vote. They can talk, they can abuse one another. But on the day when it goes to voting, they say voting is a serious thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Westerners, Abaluyavangi, no direkadira ibalanganga mbwe a vote odire mahono. Think seriously about that vote before you drop it. Don't just go there umesimama kwa basket unasema weka mahali popote ama weka vile walivyosema. Use your brain. Take some time. Nobody will chase you away from there. If you want to stay in that polling booth for 1 hour thinking about how you're going to vote, please sit and vote. But our leaders must galvanize the vote and make it united. Let it stand one vote. Even if we want to fail as a community, let us fail, but let us fail knowing that we put the vote in one basket. We are so far the second most populous community. We should make alliances with other voting blocs, like the Kikuyus, we make alliances with them. Like the Kalenjins, they are our neighbors here, we make alliances with them. Like the Luos are here, we make alliances with them. Let us make alliances with our neighbors, with other communities that are popular, with other communities that are big and small, because you cannot win elections alone, and you start these alliances early, so that we become a formidable group or bloc. And again, you know, other communities respect their leaders. They build their leaders. Right now, their leaders we have seen. For example, the Honorable Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi is now our kingpin. If I can look at him, because he's number 3, followed by the Speaker, Moses Wetangula, Speaker of the National Assembly. To what extent are we giving them support
as a community so that they can have strength in government. We need to do that. Other areas, for example, I've seen the canvas now have woken up. Omundunga, Steve Kalonzo Musyoka is now controlling a majority of the canvas, at least 3/4. But if you come to areas which have leaders, like Central people respect their leaders. Rift Valley comes to the challenges. See, after Moi, they quickly say, the president, William Samoei Ruto, you come in as the leader. And all of them respect that person. The biggest problem with Western Province is one, we never respect our leaders, whatever they tell us. We want to control them. Instead of the leaders leading us, we want to be the ones to lead them.
Wakalomoli supporting.
Yes.
O support oriena huweka msengila ya hu support o support orie sikila holma wabone engila niyo osabila mo endebi niyo ni efefe holonda sikila weja no bololi endaba yet none fe khwalinda okuyet ata kumutambo kuli western neno ubutekele nibo kuline nabo nga community western Kenya elimo sikila enda kanonio politician kahuye kakahubolali ndaba yeta keja bolali ko khuche khuyime mana khumanyenga khuyeta namwe munjete enyole ne munyole andi kwarabwe na jingana lakini kabolali mbeke nemba yeta none fe khwalino kwa muamala khwali nda khuyeta. So how do you support such a person who said he will help us?
I like that. Omanyire, very bolangendi. When you see people like Uhuru Kenyatta, they grew until bona wundu baba president. Siri mweba Kitui na hera sana Uhuru Kenyatta, lakini because we lead our way of Kira nibe halane. Now, we are fond of destroying our leaders. Omundu ahuna, we grow him up to some level. But la kube sustain somebody to a level which he can become even president. We are the ones now we say, we are waiting sasa mekata, we bring that person. So we find we are fond of bringing very big people down from political power. We must reach somewhere where we say we shall not destroy our national leaders. That way, then we help them. Then once we help them, now they have bigger purchasing power, bigger negotiating power. Then now they come down and they can make Mumia Sugar to wake up, Goya Sugar to wake up, other industries like Webuye and Paper to wake up and so forth. Let me tell you the truth. Let's start with the political power. Once you have got the political power, we have the constitution. It will support us. You know, when they have political power, then they can use their interest in government or make sure industries check, organizations check, that is what I would say.
Nasi minoma mchisa chawe listen ndakula kama rebo ke bare kerista chisa cha chile chingali sana se nya hulu yetawe. Ne hali final word.
Yes.
Now final word nenyine wamba sinende lusi monno holine nalu. Manye lusi monno holine nalu. Libola mbo bukalu khani sabunyala bwecha kaba le khuyima namwe khulinda omundu kundi namwe chisa chichindita. Bukalu khani sabunyala bwecha kaba le khulinda omundu namwe chisa chichindita. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. Lusi moleno olu oluele oriena malaho malila buena.
Otiomno. You know, essentially, change will not come if we wait for it, as you put it. It's true. First of all, to thank our leaders. The Basamuno, we were weekly from Southern Davadi because of the reports we are making in Western Province to help your people. Moses Masika Wetangula, because of the reports you are making to help your people. Susan Micha, I saw you at State House. You are passionate about the people of Western region. And other leaders, Susan Mangeni, Ababu Namwamba,
Paul Otuoma, my governor and all that. I say this change, the change which I want, is for once, let us attempt to invest in the unity of the Western people. Kuchake kusobo nambo, abantu batina Western region. Be they Luyas, be they Tentos, let them speak one voice to say, this time round, wherever our leaders will tell us to go, that is where we'll go. We can go as a united front. Let our leaders, I challenge you, to try. I know it has been elusive. I know it has been difficult. But learning is continuous. Our people have learned. The Luya people, the Mlembe people have learned that there is something in unity. I urge you, as our leaders, as our national heroes, please attempt once more to invest in the unity of the Luya nation. It will pay. They have learned, and I'm sure they will come together, they will support you, and whatever alliances we make, we will be with you, so that we can also have much bigger political capital at the end of it all. Overall, you have tried. Honestly, I know how difficult it is. As a person who has worked very closely with government, I know how difficult it is. And I know for sure our leaders are trying. I know Musalia Mudavadi is trying. I know that Moses Wetangula, I know the two of you are trying so hard. I know how hard you push to make sure that you get us slots. We appreciate it so much. But try again and invest in what we call political unity of our people in Western region. Thank you so much.
Orimuno mamena huluya na hoira chisa chingai ne hali obe obusa ndako yima kama kwa kebusami kuma kwichoko kupehemba hangene.
Ocho mudo da kuiga sisi buravla isana.
Mana none wicha sebu manya nene masala wo wicha busene no kuikhala busebu ngomeneno huirengo holiye.
Tawe enyenyi muliba kwasi bange. Makangi tuno twana twange tuliano. Tugola tutinano ndulu malumane ndeko chawe. Ndade engombe ni chandonga ho. Omanyire kwesibo changa haba.
No manyisa kwechanga ne chiwata. Nicha busana umbele sheka afasikira wazimela.
Mani muiche ndawe verese ndaba konyera katana hari haditi baverese mbweyo nafo.
Orimuno tilabwe na atiti busa ndeko kumanya mala kholo malume andulu ne khole khuleko.
Ojo.
Omre kesi khende kholo mkeni ne ngobole khochile ne ndembahe.